All right. So
Yeah.
anyway, and the last thing I wanted to talk about that was AEW related, and it's also New Japan related, is Eddie Kingston beating Kenta
Hmm.
for the strong openweight
Yeah.
championship.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that that there's a strong heavyweight title, right? Or is that it?
That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They
So
have the strong tag belts, the women's belt, and then that's the first belt they had. Yeah. So they had like a tournament for it like 2 years ago. I think that's when Tom Lawler won it, and then went
right.
on that like year and a half long run with it. Yeah.
So what do you think the story is there? You think they're going to bring Kenta back to Japan?
Um. Well, I mean, he's been back because he's part of the Bullet Club.
Right, but I mean on like the on a like an exclusively in Japan on a full-time basis. Stopped using them with Strong, and that's why they beat him with somebody who you know is here.
Possibly. I feel like it's just to heat up Kingston a little for the G1. Uh, it gives him a little more credibility now. He goes in as champion, so anybody that beats him in the tournament gets a title shot. So anyone that's going to get a win over Kingston in the G1 is going to be like a next challenger. Plus, it's kind of a giveaway for those of us that understand the business. Like Eddie's going to do well in the G1 because they're not
Right.
going to strap him up and then have him lose every night. Uh, so he'll do well in the G1. It helps him all the way around, and especially in the eyes of the fans there. And
Right.
it gets them going for the G1. So you'll get like an interesting match out of the G1 with it, like who beats them. So who's gonna want that shot? Uh, Gives them like street cred in Japan, basically, especially going through the whole G1. So hopefully you get like some good matchups with him. As for Kenta, like I don't know, it's been kind of weird. Like he's in the Bullet Club, but they just don't use him as much. It might be because they're rebuilding it and like really trying to really cement Finley as the head guy.
Right.
So maybe that brings Kenta down a notch, and he has to answer to Finley now, type of thing. Like, he's the only one. He's the only one in the Bullet Club without a championship now, because
Right.
Finley has it. They have the strong belts and they have the junior tags. So everyone's carrying stuff except Kenta now. So I don't know.
Is
It'll be interesting.
is Yujiro Takahashi still in the Bullet Club?
Good question.
That's my guy, man. That's
I don't know. Same thing with Fale. Like
yeah.
I don't. He's. I mean, I know he's running his school uh, and stuff like that, and he's doing those shows over there where he's from. But I'm not sure. They haven't really said much, just because like Tamatonga, and Hikuleo, they left Bullet Club. So I don't know if that means the whole, Tongan uh,
Connection.
connection there, yeah, leaves with them. I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know where he's at, to be honest. Or is he part of that the new group that they have with Show? What is it? It's like House of Darkness, or
House of Torture?
House of Torture, yeah. Is he in that?
Yes. Yeah.
Because that was a portion of Bullet Club that like
Right.
disbanded, right? Okay, yeah. I think
In
he's in that.
2021, he went to a subgroup of Bullet Club called the
Yeah,
House of Torture.
yeah, House of Torture, yeah.
I was gonna say because my guy Yujiro, I mean, He's been in Bullet Club for like 12 years. I feel like he got passed over for a couple promotions here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, he could have been like a general manager of Bullet Club or something.
Yeah, something. Yeah, yeah,
Had the hottest chick in the whole group, but
yeah. He did.
that's neither here nor there. But speaking of the hottest shit in the whole group, right? I'm not even going to bother with Monday Night Snore because it's just
don't do that.
Not worth it.
Yeah.
The tribal trial on SmackDown this past Friday night. What'd you see, Rick?
I saw as much as I could. I watched a lot of clips. Man, that stuff is good. Like, it's good stuff to begin with, but the way the crowd is eating it up makes it so much better. Like, man, like, and you can tell that. I mean, all those guys, they just got their timing down because you can see like when what's his name, Solo wouldn't pick up the
pepper necklace.
Yeah, the pepper necklace. Like, he took forever before he grabbed it, and then when Roman wanted it back, he just put his hand out. Like, he didn't like take it from him. He like give it, like put it in my hand. Like, man, that stuff was fucking so good.
Even like the pacing at which Roman took it off.
Yeah.
And then put it around Jay's neck. It was just like,
oh man.
There's a point in this promo where you got a glimpse of because Roman's wearing a smartwatch. You got a glimpse of the time on his watch. And it was like 8:20. And I was like, these motherfuckers have been out there for 20 minutes. They've done nothing.
Yep.
Right? They've said like 15 words.
Yeah.
And this is just like, and the people are losing it. Losing it.
So good.
It's so good. But I mean.
So this sets up Jay and Roman, which is what we called if Jay won. But man, your story and your calling the Solo, it's all backdrop right now, but dude, that's the money, because Solo is one by one watching every guy get his turn, and he's always there. And it goes back to when him and Roman bumped each other. I was like, there's your WrestleMania match right there. Like, there it is. Because that reaction you got from the crowd when he bumped him, and Solo didn't even look at Roman. He just looked down. Like the fuck you just do? Like, like, oh man, he didn't even give him the
sleeve there. It would have got wrinkled.
Yeah. Like, it was, man. They are setting that up like this is like master booking 101, like the advanced class, like being taught right now. And if you learn if any wrestlers are watching it and they want to learn anything, it's called timing. It's not what they do, it's when they're doing everything. And the wrestlers are doing it when they know it's right. It's like waiting for a crowd like an idiot, or keep clapping like a seal in the ring because you want them at a high pitch. It's just like, you'll go,
floor director out there.
Yeah, you'll go when we say. Like, they're in total control of everything. It's amazing. It's so good. I mean, I was thinking about it the other day, actually. When was the last time we had a group like this that had like something for everybody? And I just go back to the only time I remember anything even similar to this, for me at least, was when Ole kicked out Sting of the Horsemen.
Yep.
Remember? And Flair's pacing back and forth, and he's like, you get rid of that contract, by the end of the night for the, you're not wrestling. And then Sting's trying to talk to Rick you know, and Rick's just like pacing back and forth, and all these backs to the hard cam, and he's like, hey, listen to me, kid. And he keeps talking, and I'm like, holy shit, like what's going down? And then they beat the shit out of him, and I'm like, oh my, like that's the only thing I can think of that can compare to what this has become. But this has been over, you know, years of, you know, really like it's just being done for so long, and it's like this whole year it's just kind of, you know, starting each section is starting to break up.
It's because they like, think about the crazy thing was like they gave Roman the first title, right?
Yeah.
And then you didn't realize how long that lasted until, you know, he got involved with Jay. And then, you know, he was involved with Jay, and then it was like another year. So like it's been built in such small steps that you didn't realize it was a big deal until they turned around and were like, hey, big fucking deal. It's like the Undertaker streak. Like you didn't know until somebody turned around and said, hey, you know, we've been doing this for 10 years and I don't think anybody noticed, but we haven't beat you here yet.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And so now that they've finally told us how important this is, it's all we can be bothered to focus on. And it's fine. That was Madison Square Garden the other night, right?
I know.
If any building in any city in the world was going to tell you what they thought of what you were doing, right when they thought it, it was going to be in the Garden. Right. And they're chanting, put it on for a pepper necklace.
Right. Yeah. And he's not even the focal point. It's Jay, but they kind of know like he's the guy or the next guy or whatever you want to say. But man,
I kind of felt bad for Jimmy because right in the beginning of the promo, Roman's like, what, who's going to be the tribal chief? And he looks over at Jimmy and he goes, we all know it ain't going to be you. And I was like, oh, poor Jimmy. And Jimmy was kind of just like,
fair enough.
His eyes said fair enough. You know, and then when he started talking to Jay about it, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then they showed a promo package, right? That was like the Usos Exhibit A, and you got to watch the whole thing like rebuild.
Yeah.
And it was like it was perfect. It was the perfect example of like seeing how Roman can feel like he's the victim of being betrayed by everybody, but his own shitty personality and nature is what's alienating everybody into betraying him. Right? So it's perfect because it's like it gave us the perfect evidence we needed of a heel who believes that he's been wronged.
Right.
Like, absolutely. You know, so some of the old timers say like, like a really good heel believes everything that he says and he does.
Right. Absolutely.
Right? And so Roman can absolutely believe everything that he says and he does while everything that happens to him, while overlooking the fact that everything that's happened to him was a direct effect of something that he caused.
Right.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
The whole goddamn thing is beautiful.
Yeah. It has, what they've done with this was exactly what I've always said. Like when people ask like, oh, do you think people will always watch wrestling again like they used to? Like I used to watch it when it was Stone Cold, and I say all the time, like they just need something like a must-see TV. Like when I was watching it like that, like Stone Cold and NWO on opposite channels, you had to watch them at that time. And that's what this is. It's like, even like scrolling through Twitter and stuff, it's like I'm scrolling through Twitter while it's happening because I want to see it unfold as it's unfolding. Like, you know, if I can't sit there and watch it on television, you know, but you're kind of like going through it real time because it's that good, and that's what wrestling's been missing. It's kind of like that whole story, the story developing and keeping each section of each part of it as interesting, and then building to the next, and that's what they're doing with it.
Well, I can't wait to see where it goes, because they did a stretcher job with Jimmy.
Yeah.
And so I want to see if Jimmy comes back and he gets a match before Roman and Jay. I want to see like I almost like Lucha Underground. Like, I want to see people get killed off.
Yeah.
Until finally we get to the person who's gonna throw the monster in the trash compactor. You know what I mean? Or what did you guys do there to kill the monster? Did you incinerator? What'd you do?
Oh no, we killed our tag partner when we threw him into the monster's cage.
Yes, that was it.
Yeah.
And we threw him into the monster's cage. I want to see somebody get thrown in the fucking monster cage.
Yeah.
But I guess until next week, right? We'll have to wait and find out. We've hit our quota here, 1 hour and 7 minutes. We've gone through everything that's wrestling related. What do you want to talk about next week?
Well, we'll go through that Starks match.
Yep.
Right? That'll be next week. Did they advertise anything for SmackDown next week?
Not yet, but they usually don't start advertising things for SmackDown until Raw. So we'll watch during.
Did you watch SmackDown?
I watched the Bloodline.
Okay. So you don't know what's going on with Cross, because didn't he have a match with AJ?
Yeah, AJ beat him.
What's Cross doing besides getting beat? Nothing?
No, that's what he does.
Okay.
That's what he does, because he's got his investment banker haircut.
Yeah.
And he just...
There's just no connection there?
Yeah, dude. He looks like every Eastern European gang leader henchman in every movie with an evil Russian I've ever seen.
But I mean, how's the crowd reacting to him? Do they care?
No.
The Garden's going to be okay.
They don't give a shit. I saw something on Twitter where they killed his entrance in the middle of it.
I saw that. I did
Scarlett's
see that.
doing the whole fall and play deal.
Yeah.
And they just
and it lights out.
Musical. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Not a good sign.
All you need to know about Karrion Kross. And you know
what? Yeah, no. I mean, I didn't know if there was the match competitive? Was he getting reactions in the match? Or is he just walking dead man right now? I mean, which is what it seems like.
Let's next week. Let's spend a little time maybe talking about some of the guys that WWE brought back.
Yeah.
After Vince left.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened? We'll see what happened to them.
Yeah.
Since they brought him back and since Vince came back. That sounds like it could be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure that out.
We'll do a little roster evaluation. Anyway, I got to figure out how to try and edit Thea out of this podcast here. So, Ricky, you have a great night, and motherfuckers, we'll catch you next time around. I am going to run the gimmick.